All right, so the other day I did part one in a series I'm calling my go-to or mainstay bushcraft gear. Now, keep in mind that, some of this stuff will also be survival too, but this is mostly bushcraft stuff I take out into the woods to practice skills and different things. I started with my Swiss Army knife. It's a very handy piece of gear, but one of my oldest pieces of gear, and it goes back to my teens, the wide-brimmed hat. Growing up in the Cascade Mountains, we, especially this time of year, it's April now, and we would get some real just fluky weather. I mean, just, you never knew what it was going to do. Washington's overcast anyway, so you never knew if it was going to rain. But I'd be out on a day like this, kind of cloudy, overcast, sun's poking through just a little bit. All of a sudden, there'd be a shift in the air, and you'd hear something coming your way. And next thing you know, you're getting hit by hailstones about the size of dimes. You felt like you thought your ears were being ripped off. I mean, if you were like this, your ears are I mean, you're pulling your shirt up over your head because, I mean, it just stings your ears. I mean, everyone's ears were bright red. And my grandpa gave me, when I was about 14, the hat band on this hat I've had since then. It was a black, it was like a Crocodile Dundee novelty hat. And he gave that to me, and I wore that for a long time. And then I bought this one. And I've had this one since I was 19, and I'm 38 now. So I've had it for almost 20 years. But I get a lot of use out of a wide-brimmed hat. Sometimes you'll see in the summer I'll have a boonie hat on. That's for shade, and it does help in a pinch and rain. But this thing I can wear in a hailstorm, and it'll actually shed, and protect your head and your ears. Rain, I mean, a hood's good too, especially in the cold. But I find a lot of benefits from a wide-brimmed hat. The ticks will fall off the trees, and they'll crawl around and fall off instead of getting down my shirt. Of course, rain, and it will soak through, but it's better than nothing. And this is a light felt, wool felt, so it's it will retain a little bit of warmth, at least for the top of my head, and I need it. So anyways, a wide-brimmed hat is another very important piece of my kit that gets overlooked. I mean, I have it on a lot, but yeah, I've never really talked about it, but it is a very useful item. You can fan fires with it. It makes, in a pinch, you can makeshift water bucket or water pail. Sky's the limit. Your imagination. You can even make a hat band survival kit if you wanted to, sewing needles and all that good stuff. So it's just it's a handy piece of gear that I've become very partial of, or very partial to over the years. So anyways, I'll think about what I want to do next. These are in no particular order, by the way, when I talk about these particular items that I find myself are my mainstay or go-to bushcraft items.